You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Friday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby.
I hurt both of my middle fingers this week, so I'm allowed to just flip off anyone this weekend.
What did you do?
I was helping Courtney build the shelf, and she was supposed to hold the one end and then dropped it down, and my finger squished in between yesterday, and then on Wednesday, and then yesterday I was starting my snowblower, and then Courtney was talking to me, and I looked away, and then it caught on something, and I ripped a chunk out of my finger.
Oh,
so if anybody asks me what's wrong with my fingers, I can give them a double flock of birds and not feel like a dick about it.
Surprised you didn't get me with that when I'm like, how you doing, brother? That would have been the perfect time to throw them up.
Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm going to do this weekend. Anytime someone's like, how's it going? Be like, oh, terrible, dude.
Having a real rough weekend, and then Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I almost lost the nail on this one, and I got a chunk out of this one. Get a look at that. Just get a look at that.
Get right in there, brother.
Yeah. Flock of birds coming your way.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This might be the most America thing I've ever seen. The state of Georgia has just introduced a bill to propose a designated wing flavor for the state.
Like putting into law the specificity of a single wing flavor to represent the state of Georgia.
House Bill 1013 has been proposed to officially designate lemon pepper wings as Georgia's state chicken wing flavor.
They got great taste. The lemon pepper wing's a good time.
Which I love so much. I looked, no other state has this. There's not like a state wing anywhere other than, for Buffalo, They're known as like the Buffalo wing place.
Yeah, I would assume if you asked New Yorkers what a New York wing is, they would probably say a buffalo wing.
But I did find it interesting as I was reading more about this. Like Georgia has a national dish, which is cornbread, and every state has their own national dish. And I started thinking, like across Canada, there's different provinces where you think of a specific food and you think of that province. PEI potatoes.
Right.
Quebec, you think of, maple syrup, poutine.
Yeah, smoked meat.
Yeah, Newfoundland's got salt beef and cabbage or Jig's dinner, whatever you want to call it.
Can't forget Alberta beef.
Alberta beef, of course, right? BC's got Nanaimo bars. But what about Ontario?
Yeah, like biggest province in the country. And yet I can't think of like a specific food that would cover off the province.
Is it bagged milk?
It shouldn't be.
It's not food, but
you might be right though. Like in terms of a food item, in terms of something that screams Ontario, if you see somebody with their milk in a bag, you know you're either in Ontario or they just came from Ontario.
Yeah.
Because this is not a thing anywhere else.
I was trying to think, like I've grown up in Ontario my entire life, and I don't think there's a specific food. There's also part of me that just wants to say shawarma just because I feel like we've got more shawarma places in this province than anywhere else in the country. But like, that's not like homegrown to here.
No, and like even then, because like I know that shawarma and donair is different, but still the similarities. Like there's the Halifax donair, and then Alberta is like donair central from all the people who moved out west. So I think Ontario trying to grab onto that as their food would also be... It would be a tough go.
It's like a faux pas. Yeah.
For some reason, and you're the Ontario expert compared to me, so correct me if I'm wrong. My brain keeps saying Beavertails.
Beavertails could be it.
That might be. Listen, nobody's going to be upset at a beavertail. Everybody's having a good time. And until I moved to Ontario, I don't feel like I saw a lot of beavertails in my day. So.
Beavertails and butter tarts, I think.
And butter tarts is true too.
Butter tarts is like specific to Ontario for sure.
Is that what it is? You've got Alberta beef and PEI potatoes and all these like main dishes, and then Ottawa's just like, we're bringing dessert to the potluck.
You know what? Ontario's got the 3 B's. We've got beavertails, butter tarts, and bagged milk, baby.
You really falls apart at the end there.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
You know, it's funny. We asked, what food do you think of when you think of Ontario? And a lot of people texting in with, wine or just even various fruits and stuff kind of forget about those good things grow in Ontario.
I just didn't want to interrupt you singing this song. No, but it's true. Like there are a lot of things. A lot of people think of BC when they think of growing things, right? But Ontario has very lush land throughout the province.
Also, someone texted in Chapman's ice cream because of the factory. Apparently, Ontario is the province that produces the most ice cream in Canada.
Interesting. If you're going to go that route, though, then you also have to say, like, is ketchup the official food of Ontario with Leamington?
True.
Right? They produce all kinds of tomatoes. They had a ketchup war in Ontario, for crying out loud.
We're a creamy and a saucy province, you could say.
You could say it. I'd appreciate if you didn't look at me when you did.
Someone else said we're the largest producer of soybeans.
Okay, yeah.
And also apparently the largest producer of eggs across the country, as Ontario produces 39% of Canada's eggs.
Wow. Why are they so expensive then?
Yeah.
Why are they? Shouldn't we be able to get them cheaper?
And then I don't really like this one, but it is technically true. Pineapple on pizza was invented here in the province of Ontario.
And if there's one thing to say, like to put on the board as a point for Ontario, it's that the most delicious type of pizza was born here.
See, you know what? Actually, maybe we are the pineapple on pizza province.
Okay.
Because if you go across this country, a lot of people have various opinions about Ontario. Like if you live here, you enjoy it.
Right.
Outside, you hate it. Kind of like pineapple on pizza.
Some people love it, some people hate
Very
it.
mixed reviews, right? Ontario, the pineapple on pizza province.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Apparently 3 hotels in Las Vegas are now treating the Canadian dollar the same as U.S. currency because they've noticed a lack of Canadians coming down.
Wow, that's actually pretty massive considering where our dollar is right now.
Yeah, you can use the Canadian dollar for gambling, for buying booze, and even for like your hotel stay.
That's an amazing deal. I know we're all supposed to be really mad at America right now with all the 51st state stuff. And even now, Trump and Carney are sniping at each other in speeches and stuff like that. But I mean, if you're telling me every one of my dollars is worth an extra 25 cents or whatever it is, that's appealing.
Dude, the smart move even is, if you're not a gambler, is go down to Vegas, say you have like $5,000, put it into chips.
Right.
Cash it in, get the American money, and come back home. That would be the move.
Do you think that they give you special like red and white chips so that they know to give you back Canadian money?
Maybe.
That would actually be on the casino side. That's the smart move. Because otherwise, you're right. That is a free money glitch to just trade in, maybe play the slots for like 5 minutes.
That'd be the move, wouldn't it?
Suspicious, and then just cash out the exchange rate. Hell yeah!
Instead of giving you poker chips, you just show up and they just give you a bag of Old Dutch instead. That's how they know who the Canadians
The
are.
Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Some people say, them can't believe Jamaica, we have a bobsled team.
The Jamaican bobsled team is officially headed to the 2026 Winter Games in
Hey!
Italy. The 2-man bobsled, the 4-man team, and the women's monobob have qualified for the upcoming games.
Wait, monobob, isn't that just the luge, or do they actually drive a big old bobsled
Single
solo?
bobsled, yeah.
That's crazy. That's so much vehicle.
Now, you know what? I saw this at first and I'm like, oh man, that's so cool. But, this isn't as rare as you think it is. I mean, obviously, we all know the movie Cool Runnings,
Sure.
the 1988 Olympics. The Jamaican bobsled team has pretty much been at every Olympics other than 2010 since then.
They've become a staple. That's the thing, is like we look back fondly on the Calgary Games and this crazy story of these sprinters who became bobsledders in a sport in a season that didn't make any sense. But yeah, now like the shine's kind of off. It's like when you get your first car and you're like, this is amazing. And then 20 years later, you're like, I could go for something else.
Well, what's even more impressive is I was looking at all the countries that are going to be partaking in bobsledding at the Olympics this year, and there's 2 other warm climate countries, as Trinidad and Tobago is going to be there, and Brazil as well. So
good for them.
It's very interesting to see these warm climate places, because I've always thought, like, people who are into bobsledding or the skeleton, like, are you just really into tobogganing as a kid? Like, how does that work?
I do have to imagine there's some part of it that plays into that, of just like, I went down a hill once as a small child and it defined my personality for the rest of my life. And I'm cool with that. That's a pretty cool way to be influenced.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Pretty major storm is set to rip through most of the United States and then into southern Canada as well. Like, they're talking big chunks of America are going to be washed in ice and snow. And apparently in the state of New York, they're seeing a lot of people racing to the grocery store, trying to stock up in case they get stuck in their house for a long time.
Okay.
And I was very proud to see one of the pictures I saw of a grocery store. Almost all of the chips are gone. The storm chips have been purchased.
Storm chips a thing?
Have you never heard of this? Maybe it's a prairie thing, because I really found out about it when I was living in Saskatchewan for a good chunk of time.
I never heard this when I was living there.
But the first snowstorm that I got stuck in when I was in Saskatchewan, everybody's talking about storm chips, and it makes a lot of sense. The idea is basically that when a storm comes and you're stuck inside your house, you can't go anywhere. Obviously, you want to have the essentials. You want to have, something to keep you warm, something to keep you dry, all that stuff. But like, you also just would love a bag of chips, a nice comforting bag of Ruffles.
It also could make sense too, because I mean, like if you ran out of power and maybe like you needed to start a fire or anything, chips are a great fire starter too.
That's true, yeah. Especially if you've got those like puffy cheesies, like those things go up like that.
Sure.
Throw those in a burn barrel, you'll be warm for days.
I mean, I feel like if there's a big storm coming, like chips is the furthest thing from my mind. I feel like I'm thinking about like eating something that's gonna knock me out or just like keep me warm,
You're going over to the frozen turkeys to try and sleep it off.
I'm thinking like a chili or like even like a pot roast where you can keep the oven running pretty much all day, so it's like extra heat nuking up the house.
Yeah, well, and like that's the thing. Like there are essentials, like you want to make sure that you have water in case something happens to the water supply.
Yeah,
you want to make sure you have candles in case the power goes out, batteries, generators, stuff like that. But at the end of it all, like you also have to think about the comforts, man. And that's where the storm chips come in.
I feel like also I'm the kind of person that like when a big storm comes in, as terrible as it is, I always order pizza. And I know there's like that meme that it's like, oh, bad weather outside. I shouldn't drive. So I'm going to make someone else bring me the food. But I always do it.
I think a lot of us are guilty of that same thing of just like, I've said to my kids before, they'll be like, oh, can we go out? Like, we're not going out in this weather. We'll have somebody else go out and pay them a nominal fee to bring the food to our house. Yeah, I mean, that's always a good option, too. Pizza, I do feel like, is great comfort food and also good storm food because you can get it delivered so you don't have to go out there. And then we all know what's the best reheatable food or eat it cold. It's pizza. If you have a pizza in your fridge when the storm hits, you're fine. Everything else will sort itself out as long as you've got a pizza.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Sam, what is your version of storm chips?
My storm chips, it's actually my storm soup. I make a homemade chicken noodle soup, and then I throw it on the wood stove to like cook all day so that it tastes delicious, and then if the power goes out, I'm covered for dinner and I don't have to worry about it.
I feel like the best storm foods are also the best foods when you're sick.
Oh yeah, comfort food, right? It's comfort food.
I was gonna say even like I'll just like make a Neo Citron when there's a storm just to knock myself out for a few hours,
That's not a healthy option. That's not a good idea.
Am I the only one that's done that before?
Drug yourself to get through the storm?
I'm not drugging you. I mean, technically, I guess.
I might try that the next one, Brock.
You ever having a bad day and you just want it to be over? Just drink a Neo Citron.
I just picture you sitting there going, oh, that's the sniffles. Better take the Citron days over.
Just an excuse just to take a Neo Citron.
Hey, in this world we live in, sometimes you need to take a good 8-hour nap,
I fully agree. That might be my Friday night plans.
Try it out.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
You familiar with the name Blake Lively, the actress?
That's the girl that's married to Ryan Reynolds, no?
Exactly, yes. So she's been in the news a lot lately because of a lawsuit that she brought on to a Hollywood director named Justin Baldoni. I'm not 100% sure, but they've been litigating against one another over some things that they allege happened on the set of a movie they worked together on where both claim that the other made life miserable.
Okay.
Apparently recently during this trial, their phone records got subpoenaed and like their text messages were read out in court as evidence. So like Blake Lively, who apparently is or was friends with Taylor Swift, like their conversations were read out loud.
Oh, really?
Where the two of them were talking smack about the other guy. And then like texts from him and even from like his assistant, his publicist, their text messages saying mean things about her were read out loud. And like, I don't really know the details of the court case or care, if I'm being honest. But having to sit in a room while someone reads out all the mean things people text about you.
That reminds me of, you ever watch that I Think You Should Leave show on Netflix?
Oh, yeah, Tim Robinson.
Tim Robinson thing.
Yeah.
He's got a skit that's literally based on this where he works at like some high law firm or like banking kind of thing. And these two people are on trial and they're reading all their text messages. And in between like all the heavy court stuff, they're just like making fun of his hat that he's wearing and he's sitting in the courtroom the whole time.
Like, it's honest to God, it feels like that's a bad dream you would have. Like, you would wake up in a cold sweat because while you were sleeping, you imagined you were in a room full of people that are like just reading texts about every mean thing they've ever thought about you.
Well, it's not even the mean things. I'd be more worried if I was Blake Lively or this guy. Like, I mean, they know that they don't like each other, so they're probably expecting that.
Right.
It's more paranoid to give your phone to someone just because of like all the other stuff that you're sending people.
What else will people find while they're looking specifically? Because that's also come out. So I had mentioned that like Blake Lively and Taylor Swift are or were friends, because part of this is people are leaking the text messages further down the conversation where they're talking about how like things have become strained between them as friends.
Oh, okay.
And so like even that, having your like life exposed, there's so much of your personal life in your phone now.
I feel like I'd like to think I'm a good person.
Sure.
But if you went through some of the group chats I got going with the fellas,
absolutely not.
I think there's some cancelable offenses in there. Dude, even just the memes that me and you send each other sometimes, you know?
Just stuff off of Instagram that you see and it makes you chuckle and you're like, hey, I know this other person has a similar sense of humor to me, or even some of the stuff you send me because you know it makes me go, oh, I hate this.
Yeah.
If you got caught with some of that, like I would snap my phone in half. I've not done anything illegal. I am not on any of the lists, but I would snap my phone in half before I let somebody just start digging through it to see what's on there.
Yeah. I just feel like something we all need to keep in mind is that like any of us could be canceled at a moment's notice if you got the wrong person to browse through your phone.
We are all one subpoena for our cell phones away from having to do some pretty heavy explaining.
This is why you make alternate accounts online.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
What the hell did you just...
What the is that song?
What did he...
All right, $100 in Lotto 649 tickets for Saturday's jackpot on the line for What the Meow Reverse Edition. And today, we asked you guys to meow the Canadian national anthem.
Looking for all them patriotic cats and kittens out there today who want to win themselves $100 in 649 tickets by meowing "Oh Canada."
All right, let's get to our first one here. I thought that was an actual cat at
Yeah,
first.
honestly. Someone's dog is freaking out right now.
That's really good.
That's very, very
That's
impressive.
a hot start from Mike right there. Okay, we'll go to Alex here.
This is Alex, and this is my rendition of the Canadian national anthem, If I Were a Cat. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow.
Oh, he's doing the barbershop.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
The kid was the best part of that.
I mean,
Yeah.
Alex's is good, but the best part was the kid in the background.
Okay, let's go to Colin here.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Oh, wow. Very operatic.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
He sounds like the dude that used to sing the anthem for the Vancouver Canucks.
There's a whole other minute left in this voice memo. I think he did the full anthem. All right, Colin's my leader right now. Him and Mike, I'm honestly digging right now.
Mike's was very impressive.
Let's go to Brad.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Like a cat with a nasal infection.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow,
Full chorus there.
Yeah, you got some backup.
Okay, bonus points for that.
I like
Brad.
that, yeah.
Okay, I'll play one more here. Let's go to Grant. I love the idea of someone in the car next to them wondering what the hell is going on.
Looking over and seeing Grant just with full lungs meowing the anthem.
Appreciate the effort, Grant. But it's between Mike and Colin for me.
So here's my thing. I think Mike's might be the best cat impression I've ever heard in my entire life.
Let's hear it again.
Like, it sounds like an actual cat.
And then we've got Colin who just
Meow, 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 meow.
he sounds like he's opening like the Cat Olympics or something.
Honestly.
Meow, meow, meow.
I have to say it. I think Colin's is a better version of the anthem, and Mike's is a better cat impression. But what we're doing is we're asking you to do the anthem. The anthem has to be what's the most important part here.
A lot of people torn between Mike and Colin. Let's count them up here.
Yeah.
Colin, Mike, Colin, Mike.
Quick maths.
I think we're gonna give it to Colin.
I think
here.
it's got to be Colin, and I think it's because Colin more stuck to the assignment, even though Mike's was crazy good.
Dude, it's still going.
Meow, 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 meow.
I think the fact that he did the whole anthem, this guy deserves.
Very nice.
Ding.
Very well done.
And a round of applause for Colin, who's still dragging it out. $100 in Lotto 649 tickets is yours, and you are our cat of the morning.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Have you ever watched that Heated Rivalry show?
That's the hockey one, right?
Yeah.
No, I've heard. I mean, I know it's a big cultural milestone right now. I've never
It's
seen
my
it.
favorite thing to ask people right now, and some guys get so heated. I wouldn't watch that show. I wouldn't like.
What are you implying?
Relax,
It's
guy.
a TV show.
A lot of people are like flared up about that show, and even more after the two guys from Heated Rivalry have been announced to be torchbearers at the Olympics here.
Oh, good for them.
Which I don't know why this makes people so mad. They're like, why are they going to be at the Olympics? This has nothing to do with the Olympics. And it's like, you realize non-athletes have been at the Olympics. Snoop Dogg has been a torchbearer.
That's the thing is like the Olympic Games themselves are for the fastest, the strongest, the biggest, the whatever. The getting the torch to Italy or whatever, that's just for regular people. Literally anyone can be a torchbearer.
I'll say whoever is doing the PR for this Heated Rivalry show deserves an award on their own, because you cannot escape television without seeing it.
Yeah.
It's all over social media. Now they're going to be at the Olympics right now.
I mean, season 2 just getting nothing but free publicity.
And it's all everyone's talking about, whether it's negative or positive. And to the people that are even going to be annoyed, I know we're already getting texts right now. There's like, shut up about this show or whatever. It's like, you don't have to watch it. That's the thing.
No one is going to come in your house during the Olympics or otherwise and put it on your TV. If it makes you uncomfortable, that's weird, but fair enough, I guess. Just don't watch it, you weirdo.
It's not like a light on your dashboard. You're allowed to ignore it, okay?
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Do you remember the name Vinnie Vincent at all?
Just sounds like a 90s pro wrestler. Maybe like a Vince Vaughn character in a movie.
It's the guitarist who replaced Ace Frehley in Kiss.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Vinnie Vincent, the guitarist who replaced Ace Frehley, has released what he is calling the greatest album of all time.
Wow, bold claim.
Great title, Judgment Day, Guitarmageddon.
Guitarmageddon is sick.
Yeah, and he's got an interesting way on how he's rolling out this album. Each song once at a time, like by single there.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of the standard a lot of bands are doing now.
He claims that he's offering fans collector singles. They're $200 each.
Sorry, hang on. The songs are $200 each?
Each song is $200 each. He's got 18 songs, so if you wanted to buy the whole record, you're looking at about like what, $3,600 or something there.
That's insane.
Keep in mind, this is the greatest album of all time.
It would have to be at $3,600.
Now, he is justifying himself, saying, of course, it is the greatest album of all time. And he says that there's no money in record labels. They're a dead end. Unless I get compensated for my work, this album's going to stay unheard. I've created an elite product for elite taste.
I mean, the bummer is, like, he's got a point. The way that, and I hope I'm not like upsetting anybody, but like the way that labels and streaming and everything, it's a lot harder now for a band or a musician to make money the way that, especially in Kiss's heyday, that they used to be able to. But I don't know that the answer to that problem is charging $200 for a song.
I don't even know if someone would win $200 on Jeopardy if you asked who's Vinnie Vincent to some people. Hell, you didn't know who he was.
That's $100 question for sure.
And I mean, I know Kiss has been known to sell everything under the sun just to try and make a quick buck off of their names.
Sure.
But I don't know if he's on hard times right now or what it is. Because if you go to Vinnie Vincent's website, not only is he selling each single at $200 each, he is selling some of the most bizarre stuff. He's got posters from just concerts going up for $275, $400 on his website.
$400 for a concert poster? And I'm assuming they're not for his concerts, they're for Kiss concerts?
No, they're for Vinnie Vincent shows.
That's even worse!
Yeah. Saturday, May 29th, 2021, a Vinnie Vincent Live, $500.
It's crazy to charge more dollars for the poster than there were people in attendance for the show.
Probably, as sad as it is to say. And I mean, like, he does have some Kiss memorabilia on there, but I mean, Vinnie Vincent era of Kiss, like, isn't the best. I mean,
short-lived.
He's got a Lick It Up autograph CD, which is probably some of the best work that he did while being in the band.
Well, and I mean, you definitely would find somebody in the Kiss Army that would buy an autographed by the band album.
It's just autographed by him, going for $500.
This man needs a wellness check. This man is insane.
It almost feels like he's like a guy at a garage sale who doesn't want to sell anything. The more you scroll on his website, the stuff that he's selling here.
This is the guy on Facebook Marketplace that ends the post with, "I know what I have, no lowball offer."
Want to be a part of the podcast?
Leave a message on the Bad Line.
The Bad Line is the answering machine for the Brock and Dalby Show.
To get the number, text the word BAD to 762-555.
Thanks for listening to the Brock and Dalby podcast.